This is just we will have a view or introduction on the Power BI software. We will have a brief history of it, and from there we can see how we can use that particular software for data analytics. And the Power BI software was generally designed for business analytics that is more specific on visualizations. It was designed to help businesses develop the dashboards and any other visuals or graphics that an organization may feel it of great importance in their daily activities. And Power BI, this is just a suite for business analytics tool that is used to analyze and share insights. So Power BI, we have dashboards that produces 360-degree view for business users with their most important metrics in one place. So updated. So these dashboards, they can be updated in real time. For example, you have a database that receives data each and every time, and you have decided to develop a dashboard that relies on real data. So when the data is received into the database, the visuals changes according to the new database. That's what we mean by update in real time, and it's available on all of their devices. So what this means is that the Microsoft is bringing the power of data analysis and visualizations to every user in organizations, and not just technical or IT team. So Power BI is a product from the Microsoft Office. So organizations now have the ability to analyze and visualize this data across different linear or business applications, whether that data is residents or premises. So in the cloud or in a mix of both places, that's where the data is used by the Power BI. So the experience is consistent regardless of the device the user is accessing it from. You can access Power BI from mobile phone. We have Power BI for mobile phones. We have ones for desktop and other ones for laptops. So you can download anywhere that you want to store your software. So with the Power BI now, Microsoft is offering an organization the ability to have a single view of their most critical data, as well as to monitor the health of their business at every point in time. So this is basically what the Power BI is all about. So we have a view on the features of the Power BI. I want to mute someone. Okay, let's continue. So we have some features of Power BI, first of all, this software, it's very easy to set up. You just download and install. So one thing, it's free, so anybody can download and install in his or her machine. So these are the setup is very easy to set. So you can get started in seconds. Signing up for the online services is also free. Another thing, you can access Power BI online. So instead of you using your laptop, instead of you using the installed one, you can create an account with the Microsoft on the Power BI. Then you can be using it the same. So you use the online version of Power BI instead of using the installed one. So yeah. So out of the box dashboard for common services, like this is now for when you sign up for the online service, which is very free. You can have advantages. You can take advantages of the simple things like the out-of-box dashboard that is common for services like Salesforce, Google Analytics, blah blah. All these things are incorporated in the online service, so you can take advantage of it. So you don't need to fill in your credit card details as the only requirement for the service is a work or school. You don't have to pay, you just use your email. Another thing is access your data wherever it is. So with the Power BI, it does not matter where your data is stored. So as far as you have the login credentials for the databases where you have stored your data, you can use even the online platform, the online Power BI service, to access to that particular data. So yeah, and visualize. Then from there you download things that you have done with the online version. Another thing is the real-time reports. Microsoft Power BI will offer an interactive dashboard that displays the changes to your data as they occur in real time. So this means that you can notice trends, solve problems, and seize opportunities as they occur. So there are more unnecessary delay with Power BI. So yeah. So all those other stories, get everyone on the same page. Yeah, so these are just stories. You can go through them at your own time. Curated content just for your organization. Yes, the number 8 is integrate your application or service with Power BI. So organizations actually can use the open standard-based REST API just to integrate their applications or the services with the Power BI, thus leveraging its rich and interactive reporting capability. So this point basically tells you how Power BI is of great importance. So yeah. So the other thing is building blocks of Power BI. Let's go through this point here. What do we mean by blocks in Power BI? So everything you do in Power BI can be broken down into a few basic blocks. So if you understand these blocks, then you can expand on each of them when the goal of creating a elaborate and complex report. So let's take a look at these basic building blocks, and the first block is visualization. Remember I told you that this software is basically used, or the main importance of Power BI, it was designed for visuals. It was designed for visualizations. Now, in the world of Power BI, visualization can be referred to as the visual representation of data, as you know. Yeah. So this representation can be in form of, let's say, a chart, a graph. You can do analysis and have you represent your data on a map. We shall do all those things later on a map, or any other interesting things that you can create to represent your data. So Power BI has a good number of visualizations that can be used to represent your data in creative ways, I mean. So you can look on the following, have a look on the following chart, the following image that shows few of the visualizations that are represented by Power BI. For example, this one is a pie chart. For example, as you can see, these are okay. This is what we call a dashboard. This is a dashboard. That's what you mean. But in a dashboard, we expect to have more visuals. That can be used to represent our data. And you can see we have a variable here, we have an histogram, we have a line chart here, we have bars here, we have these ones, another bars horizontally, we have the pie chart, we have a map plot, then from there we have some legends here, there. And the second block is on the data set. The second block is the data set, and a data set, this is just a collection of data that are used in Power BI to create visuals. Simply put it in data behind the charts, graph or map in your report. So for example, if you have a chart that displays the number of products sold in each month of the year, then the data used to present that chart ndio tunaitanga data set in statistics. And the data in a data set does not have to come from a single source, so it can be filtered. It can be a filtered collection of data, which basically you can combine from multiple different sources to produce a unique collection that can be used in this software. So with the impressive number of connectors that are included in Power BI, you can generate data from wherever it is. For example, you can import data from Excel, Salesforce, from Twitter, from Oracle, from SQL servers. So we will demonstrate all this. We will tackle the Excel, the SQL, kama tutakuwa na a sample data set. So we will create a simple SQL database and try to connect that data using the Power BI, using the Power BI. So number 3, number 3 is the report. The report is the report, and in the world of Power BI, report is just a collection of visuals. So these are a collection of visuals that appears together on one or multiple pages, or what we are calling the dashboards. So that those are the reports in the world of Power BI. Remember, this software is designed for visuals. And the report will help you arrange your visualizations in a way that tells the story of your data. So when you present your report to someone who does not understand your data, he or she can synthesize what you want to present to him or her. So and for example, if you want to show the sales of your company's products within the different regions in your country, you can have a report comprised of a number of charts, pie, line, or bar charts, or map and graphs that displays the information that you want to pass across. So these are just an idea of what we will be doing, or what you will use Power BI to do. We have another one, the dashboard. So in the world of Power BI, a dashboard is a collection of visualizations on a single page. So when we have more than one dashboard, when we have like 5 dashboards, then we can call that a report. We can call that one a report. So under this dashboard, you can share with others, and they have a glimpse of what you are doing. Now, while it is visually similar to a report, dashboard has to fit on a single page and can be shared with other users who will be able to interact with the data present in that particular dashboard. So if you create a dashboard and share it with the sales end, for example, he or she should be able to interact with it and view new informations different from the ones which is clearly visible on that particular dashboard based on the data present. So yeah. Now I want us we have a view on the software, the interface itself. So this is the interface for Power BI. In your Power BI, so this is the interface for Power BI. So and this one here, build the visuals with your data. This main window here is where we produce.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, does everyone have like the software so that they Frida Joy, do you have the software so that you follow through, like even seeing the interfaces?
I think before we started even the state, kila mtu alikuwa na software, but Nani ana software up to now? Remember
Oh, yeah,
the
just
software.
checking.
Yeah.
Right.
And the software is free. You can download. Yes, Waome Emmanuel. I think Emmanuel. You don't have the software. Another one. Nani mwingine? Mercy, do you have the software? Okay, Mercy ako nayo, but she is traveling. So, Mr. Emmanuel. Emmanuel?
Yes.
I think this is your first time to join this group, right?
Yeah, it is the first time. So I was late for the previous
Oh, for the state.
for the state, and so if I get in between, might be
Oh,
I
yeah.
might not. I thought once you are starting a new, uh, I can join.
Oh, yeah,
That
that's
we can
good.
go together.
That's good. Yes, Frinda, you don't have the software. So I will share with you a link. So Power BI is free. So you can just download. In a take like 10 minutes, you are done with the installation process. So I will share a certain document here that you can follow and then install. Make sure you install it by today. So gonna, yeah, make sure you install it by today. So for now, just do a follow-up on what we are doing, but make sure you install it by today. So Frinda. Okay. So here process. The process is very simple. The document. Let me check. So I will share with you the steps for installation. Then I think that will be okay. So let's just continue. So when you work on it, you can just follow up. Okay. Before I continue, unajua I may continue showing you some things and Joy na mwingine ana that particular software. What do you think? Tufanya aje? Mase anako kwa transit anatembea pahali. Joy?
You can just continue, and then like the installation will be done even as people follow through.
Okay.
Because it's introductory again.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just continue. This is the interface, as I've seen. This is the interface for the software, for the Stata software, and we have the visuals. This is where we get our graphs or our visualizations. Tunazipata hapa. From there, we have the installed. We have the installed visualizations. So we use these installed visuals and we develop a visual here like these ones, but using our own data. Are we together? For example, if you want pie chart, this is a pie chart here. So So you just click and drag it somewhere here and drag it here. Then we specify the data that we are going to use. We specify the data that we are going to use. And the first thing that we have here is the files. As you can see, these are some files in Power BI formats. So ukisave tu inaenda hapo kwa file. So this is the same interface that we always use. That is basically used in all the softwares. Kwa file hapo ndio utapata files, you save as, all those blah blah blah. This is the home page, right? This is the home page. Ndio iko na hizi vitu sasa. So we have options for getting the data. We have options for getting the data here, and we have the Excel workbook. This is the Power BI database. Another one, we have the SQL server. Then we have a Power BI sheet where you can actually enter your data. So where you can enter your data, and your data now is like this one here, like this one here on page. And didn't label the pages. This is an example of data in Power BI sheet. So you can install, you can insert data and use them to produce your visuals instead of importing, right? If you have the data in other formats, then you can just import, and instead of using this part here, instead of entering your data, you can use the data sets present in your important file, important file. Another one, we have the query part where you can transform data. Then after you transform, you can then refresh your data set so that you can have the updated formats of your data. We have the insert tabs here. This is you can have a new visual. You can insert a text box, and hapa kwa more visuals, you can import even, or you can create a template that produces a visual that is not present here at the visualizations, and after that you can just import that file here and produce the visual that you want. So we can call it user defined visual, yeah, that are not present here under visualizations. So from there you can define the new measure, then you can quit the new measure when you are dealing with calculations, the calculations. And I want you to check this part here. This is the active part, right? Okay, when you click on this one here, the second one, that is where we have the data sets. That's where we have the data sets. So this is the data set that we have, and from there you can have the data models. And let's see, the that part here is for data models. Click on it. So it means that our data model, variables in our data model, they are stored as one single variable. And if we had more than one type of data then tungekuwa na link. For example, let's say you have table 1, table 2, table 3, and from table 1 you have the ID, table 2 you have the same ID but with different other entries. Then that model, it can be formed here. Then we will see how we define models, how we link data models for visualization, so that when you adjust one table, right, or when you update one table, then data gets updated across all other entries. That is the model. That's the model, but our emphasis was on this part here. So let's go back to our slide to our end and continue So another thing, so we are here on the Power BI tools. So we defined Power BI as suite for business analytics, a tool that will enable us to analyze our data and share the insights we derive. So in this section, we are going to take a look at the different tools that make up our solution. And the first one, we have the Power BI desktop. We have the Power BI desktop, and the Power BI desktop is just an elegant end-to-end solution for building analytics. So it has all the capabilities to quickly connect, shape, visualize, and share data insight through Power BI. So this desktop application is easy to use and designed to save valuable time and effort by simplifying the process of getting your data ready for analysis. So we have the Power BI desktop that will put visual analytics at your fingertips with intuitive report authoring. So you can just drag and drop content to place them exactly where you want them on the flexible and fluent canvas. So the Power BI desktop will enable you now to quickly discover pattern as you explore a single unified view of linked and interactive visualizations. So what we mean by linked and interactive visualization is that when we have a dashboard and we link those visuals together, by linking them, it means that they are using the same data sets, right? So when you try to adjust one visual or try to add more data that is used for those visuals, all the visuals will be changing on real time. So all the visuals zitakuwa zina change across. So when you change one visual and all the visuals or all the graphics in your dashboard are connected, they will be changing on real time. We have the Power BI services. These are cloud-based service that you can subscribe to. So it will enable you to create and publish your Power BI report. So you can share this report from this service with other people who can either view them. Within the service or in the mobile app. So let's say you have traveled to somewhere where you don't have your machine, and you always use the Power BI services, that the cloud based service. You can just log in, do your analysis hapo kwa mtandao, so you can do your analysis on the cloud. So yeah, and the third one is the Power BI mobile. So with apps that are available and can be downloaded from the Windows Store, App Store, or Google Play Store, Power BI will give you the ability now to stay connected to your data from anywhere at any time. So we say you have a 360-degree view of your data on the go. Is sure to keep you ahead of trend as you stay focused on what matters most to you. And you can view your personalized dashboard and report from anywhere. So you can view them from anywhere. You can view your dashboard and report from anywhere, as well as easily interact with your data using a touch optimized experience, and driven alerts will help you stay up to date with important insights and act of them without the delay. So you can also share live report dashboard with your team and trusted partner to keep everyone on the same page. So another tool, we have the Power BI Gateway, and this is just an instance. This is installed on premises to enable data refresh or publish reports in the Power BI service. So it is available in 2 editions. We have the personalized, we have the personal one and enterprise. So for use in home and enterprise scenario respectively, so let's say that you have used the data contained in both your SQL server and Oracle database to create a beautiful report containing all these important metrics your CEO will like to see and have published the report to the Power BI service to keep it available online. Now, how do you keep the data in the report current so that the CEO can always have the current information regardless of the time he views that particular report? So that is where now Power BI Gateway comes in, and it will connect you to the premises, that data source, and refreshes the online data to make sure that it is always current. So those are just now, if you had no idea of what are the importance of Power BI, at least now you understand what we mean by the Power BI and the importance of that particular software. Now that you have the good understanding of the features and capabilities of Power BI, as well as the tools used to make all the magic happens, now it is time to dive and get your hands dirty. So the next section will explain the detailed steps required to get you started. And number 1 is getting data from Excel files or anywhere. So I prepared this presentation basically for the Excel files. So this section will show how to connect an Excel file in order to get data into Power BI, since this can be done. So in So since this can be done using the Power BI desktop application and Power BI service, this section will show you how to use both. But now for me, I documented the one for the desktop because I don't. So ukijua ya desktop, you can go and do the other one for the service, for the cloud. So I think that is okay. Just a minute. Now we are going to use Power BI desktop, and to gain data from Excel file using the Power BI desktop application, you just follow the following steps. Number one, you have to launch the Power BI desktop. By launching, I mean you open what? You open the software. You open the software itself. Okay, open the software, you will have this kind of data. You will not data actually. You will have this interface, and you click on get data. So this is steps mutazirundia kesho when you have the software. So you click on get data, click on this one here. Let's wait for it to respond. Yes, so that is it. So we are getting data from the Excel worksheet. You can see other forms that we can get our data from. So we can get our data from SQL Server database, the Access database, all these databases, MySQL database. Yeah, you can get data from files, right? You can get data from the database. These are types of databases. You can get from the PostgreSQL database, right? So, but now to end up a hole and get our data from the Excel workbook. So you just click on Excel workbook and click on connect, and click on connect. After clicking on connect, the software will give you a room to select your database, your data file from your folder. So for example, these are kind of data that I have. So suppose I want to use this one here, then I can click open. Please wait. Yes, just be patient and wait. Right, ukifika hapo you will notice that no item selected for preview. So from this, you have to mark this box where we have the sheets. So from Turic dataset, we have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, but for this one we have only one sheet in that particular Excel file. So you just click on this part here. When you click on that part, hiyo data yote itajileta hapa. So this is the data from sheet 1, right? This is the data from sheet 1. From there you can browse up to the end. So ikifika hapo unapata you have the data. Now before we load the data, so okay, let's load the data first before I explain that point. we have the Shamiri now. So my data is present. Let's check here. This is the Shamiri baseline data, right? And ukikiliki kwa down menu utapata this kind of data hapo. From the sheet 1 utapata this is the kind of data that we have. So ukikuja hapa kwa the model, you can see that we have two sheets here, right? And there is no relationship between this one and this one here, but now we will see how we create the relationship, right? So, or how we build the hierarchy, so that tukitumia moja to build a visual, and another one when we apply changes on this part, we are also apply changes on the changes is applied automatically on this other part, right? So this is the data. I want you to check on these three icons here. These three icons. So the first one is for building visuals. The second one is for data sets, and the third one is for model, or the hierarchy, or the relationship between variables, or the relationship between variables. Suppose that you loaded data, but you realized that you have made some errors. For example, here we have empty set. We have not empty set. We have an empty set, right? You notice this kind of mistakes. What do? You notice this kind of meaning here. Okay. What you do, you repeat the same process, but instead of loading the data set, instead of now loading the data set, you transform the data set first, right? For example, let's repeat the same process. When you click on getting data, let's wait. Yes, this is the data, and I click connect. So if you have any question, please feel free to ask. And to my lord, which kind of data? The Shamiri. I think it's this one here. Let's wait. This is just for demonstrations, or how we do things here. Okay, suppose we use this one, and this one here. Suppose we have those four. So instead of loading, we can transform. You can click on transform, and let's wait for the response. After clicking on transform, yes, now this is the data. This is the data. Acha tungoje andite ikuje. So this is Shamiri. This is the first. This is the Shamiri baseline data. I want you to be very keen here when you want to recognize or check for error alerts. To check for error alerts. This is a process of data cleaning that we will be doing tomorrow, right? On this bold blue line, ukiweka your cursor on that particular line, then utakuwa na output of that particular column. For example, ukiweka hiyo cursor hapo tu pekee, inakwambia aje, we have 97% valent, we have 3 empty cells, I mean, right? We don't have any error, but we have what? We have empty sets. Not set. We have empty cells, right? We expect to have only 2 highlights here. We expect to have this one as 100, and valent is 100, and the error is 0. And the error is 0. So nikiangalia hivi tu, I can tell you where we have errors. We have error here, we have error on the second one, we have error hapo, we have error hapa, and let me check for the other ones. So every column here has an error. Every column iko na error. Why? Because you will notice that this line is not blue from this part up to the end. Kuna rendi pahali. I don't know whether you are seeing this color here. We have a red color in that particular column. And in this one here, you will notice that we don't have any red color. We have a continuous color from this part up to this part. So that's why ukiweka your cursor hapo, you will have 100% valent, we have 0 error, we have 0 empty. So that column is complete. That particular column is complete. But for this one, we have 3% error. For this one, we have 1% error. 1% error. For this one, let's see, we have 1. But now, how do we remove these errors? Here, tutaongea about that one tomorrow. We will talk about that one tomorrow. So yeah, that's the process of data cleaning. So after launching, you select on Excel and click connect. Yes, from there you can connect and search where your Excel file is located. From there you can click on drop down menu beside each sheet to view the column. Yes, so let's see. Yeah, so to view these columns, you just click on this part here. Simonana. Yeah, sheet 1, you click on this one. This drop down menu unazipata hapo. For the Shamir baseline unazipata hapo. Sawa. Ukitaka kuzirudisha, just click on that drop down menu and bring them back. Sawa. Yeah, and let me check for the last thing here. So that is how we load data into Power BI from Excel. How do we load the same data set from database? You can just click on data suppose that you have stored your data in Workbench, in electronic Workbench. That is the SQL. Let's see how we connect them. And for databases, you must have your database in your local machine, si yenye iko online. Na kama iko online, then you need to be connected to the internet first. MySQL Workbench database. You right click on that part. From there you can insert the server details plus the database name, then you click on OK and you just connect, and you just connect them. So you just connect them. So I'm sure up to now you just have a view. You just have a knowledge. You just have some knowledge on the Power BI. So from tomorrow, what we will be doing, we will try to build visuals, use the inbuilt functions in Power BI to develop dashboards and ABCD. So let me share with you the notes for installing the software. For the remaining 20 minutes you can install it. So ukipata any problem, please niulize. I will be here waiting for you to download to install the software. So basically that's what that introduction I think is enough for what we are supposed to cover. So we will do the desktop because tukifanya desktop and online and mobile, the time is not with us. Remember, after 3 days tunapaswa kukuwa tumemaliza, so we will just cover the desktop. So from there utaenda ufanye what? Ufanye the other one, the online version, that the cloud plus the mobile. So yeah, so that is basically the introductory part of the Power BI. So from tomorrow, tafadhali make sure machine in the software is running well in your machine. So Mr. Boniface, do you have anything to say before I share the
I don't have anything to say, but I shared like the link to the Microsoft Power BI, and I think it's very easy for someone to install it. Like it's in the chat, and also I dropped it in the group. So
I think you can reshare it again, yeah.
No, it's in the group. I dropped it also in the WhatsApp group.
Oh, so
yeah,
when I was
like you can just log in there and download it. It's not difficult to maybe download.
Yeah. So
and installing it takes, I think, not even more than 10 minutes. So,
yeah. So utakuwa umemaliza, si ndio? So that is
yeah.
it.
So if anyone maybe has a problem installing it, you can share like your concern in the group, but it's something that is very direct. So yeah, install it so that you follow through tomorrow.